after being assaulted by Kevin McCarthy in one of the weirder moments on Capitol Hill. Republican Congressman Tim Burchett, a name I say differently every time, hinted there may be some dirt that's going to be revealed about Kevin McCarthy. The theme of this week, and really the last few years, is the Republican Party's a mess and things just keep getting messier. So before I jump into the latest reporting that reveals Kevin McCarthy may have a dirty little secret that could get exposed in this whole Republican civil war, let me summarize what the latest debacle was between Burchett and Kevin McCarthy. So a Republican congressman named Tim Burchett, or Burchett, I never know exactly which one to use, voted to oust Kevin McCarthy and was apparently over the weekend also speaking somewhere, really going after McCarthy. So this week, Burchett was standing in a hallway being interviewed by an NPR reporter, and Kevin McCarthy walked by. And while he was walking by, he took what was described as a clean shot to the kidneys of Tim Burchett. Boom, elbowed him right in the back as he was walking by. Tim Burchett obviously went, "Hey, why'd you do that?" And then Kevin McCarthy acted like he didn't know what he was talking about. Here was some of the audio of the aftermath of the kidney shot.
Yeah, I think it went all right.
Sorry, Kevin, didn't mean to elbow. Why'd you elbow me in the back, Kevin?
I know, I felt so bad.
Hey, Kevin, you got any guts?
Jerk.
Has he done that before?
No.
Hey, Kevin, why'd you walk out and elbow me in the back?
You got no guts. You did so. They sat there and the reporter said it right there. What kind of chicken move is that?
You're pathetic, man. You are so pathetic.
What a jerk.
Okay, so very, very strange. As people have been saying, it's very elementary school for that to be going on. Now, as I've said, I wouldn't trust Burchett's telling of the story, but the NPR reporter confirmed it actually was a noticeable, purposeful elbow to the back, so I believe it now. Well, then, as the Daily Beast put it, the Burchett-McCarthy feud gets even weirder. And I'll read you some of this reporting. Representative Tim Burchett claims he's forgiven Representative Kevin McCarthy for allegedly shoving him on Tuesday, but the Tennessee Republicans' appearance on Newsmax the very next day suggests their beef is only getting more bizarre. The very same day, Burchett went on Newsmax and openly plotted against McCarthy with host Robert Finnerty. As both suggested, Representative Nancy Mace has dirt against the lawmaker she'd like to use. Quote, "He'll be messing in a lot of people like mine and Nancy Mace's campaigns, I'm sure," Burchett said. If he does that with Nancy Mace, she could come back at him with some stuff that he doesn't want out there in the public, I think, if you know what I'm saying. Finnerty, the Newsmax host, shot back. And then Burchett said, "Yeah, she's already told me. I hope he does that with me, and she'll take care of him," Burchett claimed. Whoa. So Kevin McCarthy has a secret. Nancy Mace may have to take care of him using it, is what's being reported there. Not exactly clear what that means. I've heard people speculating it has to do with McCarthy's extramarital affairs. I typically try to stay out the best that I can of people's personal lives, so we'll leave the speculation there. But the notable part of this whole ordeal is that, once again, more divisions are popping up within the Republican Party, which is good for the Democrats. So it's good to see, because Kevin McCarthy and some of his allies do seem like they may try to unseat the people who voted to oust him and get their revenge. And if that happens, however much money was spent to do that is money being spent against Republicans and not against Democrats, where it could be used, which I'm perfectly happy to see. By the way, it has been hilarious to watch Kevin McCarthy just shamelessly deny that he did it. No one believes him. Here's another Republican Congressman, Ken Buck, saying, "Oh, Kevin McCarthy's denying it. That's because he is to lying what peanut butter is to jelly."
You think he's lying, to be clear?
Kevin McCarthy and lying are like peanut butter and jelly.
Why do you think he's lying? I mean, why do you think in this case, and look, I will grant you this, because the NPR reporter who was there said he walks by, and I've been in that hallway. You're right. It is not that narrow that you couldn't avoid a fellow congressman. She said that she saw Burchett, sort of lunge forward, and clearly he was shocked by what had happened. Why do you think Kevin McCarthy would do that and then insist, even in the face of having a reporter having been there and describing what happened, that he's insisting it didn't?
Yeah, I don't know what goes through the mind of Kevin McCarthy. I know he doesn't want to take responsibility for the financial mess that we're in right now. I know he doesn't want to take responsibility for pushing a congressman who voted against him in the motion to vacate. I think that Kevin McCarthy is, obviously very upset still that he is not Speaker. And he is, he doesn't hold any leadership position now. He is a rank and file congressman like me. And it's got to be upsetting to him. And so he took it out in the way he took it out, and now he denies it. I don't know how to explain that to anybody.
Oh, it's all so hilarious. What is going on in the Republican Party, I ask again. How often do we get these sorts of stories with Democrats? Like never. You have Marjorie a few months ago calling Lauren the B word. You got a Republican being grabbed by the face during the speakership battle, the first one, so he didn't attack Matt Gaetz. You have Mark Wayne Mullen recently challenging Sean O'Brien to a fight. You got Kevin McCarthy elbowing Tim Burchett. It's a disaster. Then here was McCarthy after he was ousted, responding to Burchett and May specifically voting to oust him because they were some of the more surprising votes. Then it'll also show their responses. Again, this is back when it initially happened.
Matt Gaetz, you've been mentioning a lot. How much would the Republican Party benefit if he were no longer a member of the House, in your opinion?
Oh, tremendously. I mean, people have to earn the right to be here. And I just think he'll admit to you personally, he doesn't have a conservative bent in his philosophy and just the nature of what he focuses on.
Do you think the House GOP should consider expelling him?
Look, that's up to the conference, but I don't believe the conference will ever heal if there's no consequences for the action.
What about them surprised you, Burchett and Mace?
It just didn't, it seemed out of nature, but they seem to have changed during the time. They care a lot about press, not about policy, and so they seem to just want the press and the personality.
Do you think Mace will have a difficult time winning re-election now?
Yeah, well, not because of this. If you've watched her philosophy and the flip-flopping, I don't believe she wins re-election. I don't think she'll probably have earned the right to get re-elected. I think that you look at the district herself, yeah.
He doesn't know my state, he doesn't know my district, and he doesn't represent the people that I represent, and I'm more popular today in my district than I ever have been. So
because of that vote to oust him?
Well, I'd just say because I am an independent voice. This was a guy who lied all the time, like every day. He told conservatives he was absolutely going to impeach Joe Biden. 2 hours later, the same day, told moderates that he would never impeach Joe Biden. A guy like that can't lead our country, and we've moved on to a much better speaker who's honest and trustworthy and is going to tell the truth.
He's angry, and I'm sure he'll be angry for the rest of his life. But I always, when people do something like he did, I always wonder why they don't look at themselves. It's always they're going to blame somebody else.
So it does seem something's brewing. We'll see if the battle continues or if it chills out. But I really hope Kevin McCarthy tries to help unseat Nancy Mace specifically. I'd join him in that fight, both because she's incredibly dishonest and also because then maybe she'll reveal the dirt on Kevin McCarthy, which would be funny. Before you go, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. Thank you. Plus, become a member at lukebeasleyshow.com/membership so you can support what we're doing. Plus, get the bonus show Monday through Friday. And follow me on Threads at Luke Beasley Official, Instagram at Luke Beasley Official, X at Luke P. Beasley, and sign up for the Beasley Brief, a daily morning newsletter that summarizes the previous day's events by going to lukebeasleyshow.com/brief, and that's free, by the way. And I'll talk to you next time.